Hey guys, this is Randy back with another video. Look guys, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and also if you'd like to help support our channel, our Cash App is in the description below. Any help would be appreciated. Guys, this is going to be on the idle circuit. I know I've done idle circuits before, but I'm going to try to go into a little deeper and more easily to understand about the idle circuit. Maybe it'll kind of shed some light on it. All right. At the top of our carburetor inside, can they see that, Mr. Cameraman? Let me put my.
Yep.
All right, the outboard air bleed is the idle circuit. It comes in right through here, guys. All right, now, so imagine that's the same circuit. It just comes through the main body. All right. Then this is the transfer slot. All up and down here is considered the transfer slot. And then when it jumps across here with the metering block, then this comes out as the idle air adjustable mixture. This is the idle air adjustable mixture. This feeds the transfer slot. It is the transfer slot hole. So think about it. The air is coming down here, being drawn down, because these two have got manifold vacuum on them. So it's drawn down here, and as it's drawing down, it's pulling fuel from the metering block right at almost the exact same spot. It's pulling the idle mixture through here, and it's drawing at the same time. With this drawing down, it pulls air here and mixture right almost on top of it. So it's drawing the air fuel down here to the transfer slot. Now the transfer slot is going to be determined how much fuel it flows will be determined by how far these transfer slots are open. So if they're, can they get a shot of that?
Point to them
right there, and same on the other side.
Yep.
Those transfer slots, however much the throttle's open, is going to determine how much fuel is flowing right here, and here. It's going to show exactly how. That's going to determine exactly how much fuel is actually being fed in on the transfer slot all the time while it's idling. And then when it jumps, let me go back here. When it jumps from the transfer slot over here through the metering block, and it's this screw, guys, right here, that you're controlling the fuel, right? This hole here will only flow the fuel that's coming through this screw right here, this mixture adjustment screw. So the transfer slot's unmetered other than how far you have the transfer slot open or closed. The more closed it is, the leaner it'll be, and the more adjustability you have on this hole. So, and just the opposite, if it's way open, it'll take almost all the adjustability out of this because it'll be putting so much fuel through the transfer slot, through this slot here. It'll be putting so much fuel through here. If a lot of this is exposed on the back side, right here. So if it's like this, your idle mixture ain't going to do nothing. Your idle mixture screw is not going to adjust. You have to have that hole under control, the amount of fuel that's coming through. Because, like I say, through the transfer slot, it's idling off of this mixture right here, off this hole. Then when the metering block, when it jumps across here, the metering block lets it jump across, and then it's being adjusted by this screw right here, the mixture screw. That's the only thing that comes out right here. And when this screw's all the way in and you're still idling good, you got too much fuel flow through the actual transfer slot. So everything's got to balance out, everything. You just have to remember, this is going to flow all the time through whatever the transfer slot, how far it's open. This is going to be only the fuel that's coming through this adjustable mixture screw. That's the only thing that's going to come out of this hole and drop down to the main idle. All right. Now, one other thing I want to tell you is we do actually drill these holes to control the amount of air, the throttle plates showing of the transfer slot. The bigger the hole you drill here in these butterflies, the less transfer slots you're going to have. You got to keep that in mind, because if you get that hole too big, it becomes a problem. So remember, this transfer slot is directly related to the idle mixture adjustment screw. Definitely. And so on the later model carburetors, guys, let me show them on this Holley book. Can you pick that up?
Mm-hmm.
The later model carburetors, you see these say new race, and these are just old HPs. See, there's no holes right here. When you look at these the new race HPs, they have holes here all the way around where the stud mount is on the Holley for the air cleaner stud mount. These holes are what, you know, when you look at them, you know you got adjustable air bypass from Holley, the factory Holley, how they did it. That hole is going to tell you, both of them, they're going to tell you, they're all the way around. Usually there's 3 or 4 of them. And they're going to tell you exactly if it's got a idle air bypass control, adjustable air bypass control or not. So if you can afford one of these, this is the way to go. It's better than drilling the holes because you kind of got to drill a hole into place and then just ease up on it. You might have to take it off several times, but you got to ease up on that proper idle air bypass. These, you're not changing nothing that you can't go back. You can always adjust this idle air bypass, and you can put it on another motor and then adjust it another way. Where these, once you drill the holes like I do on mine, they're pretty much mated to that carburetor, pretty much. I mean, you can go too far either way, not enough or too much. But if you can afford it, get you one of these, the XPs, the Ultras, the Ultra XP, almost all of them have the adjustable air bypass. And if you read about them in this book, you'll know it. It'll tell you right up front that it has adjustable air bypass. Well, guys, this was just a short video, but I wanted you to understand because I know some of you understand this and some of you don't. And I don't want to confuse you, but think about this. The fuel comes out of this hole to the main well. That's the main well right there, the hole on the side right here. And it just jumps over to this hole, then it comes straight up, and that's your idle fuel right there. Now, some people put the the idle fuel restrictor down here. That's where it comes from, usually from the factory, unless it's a race type carburetor, and then they'll move it up here, which gives you a better emulsion. All right, guys, and here's where it jumps. I've just kind of outlined it where here's the transfer slot coming down, and then it jumps across here with this screw. This screw determines how much bypasses to this hole. All right, guys, I hope this is a better understanding of it. I want y'all to understand it because once you understand the idle circuit, the whole thing, then you'll understand how to change your bleed or your idle fuel restrictor, or you'll know how much you have to open up the transfer slot, whether you have to drill a hole or whether you can afford the good new style carburetor that has an air bypass designed into it. All right, guys, we'll see you a couple days. Hopefully I can get another video out. Y'all take care.